Hello everyone, welcome back to Dark Crusade and Dawn of War. We're attacking that land. In Imperial Guard and Hard Mode, we are attacking the Deimos or Delmos Peninsula. This is the Chaos. Their stronghold, their main base. But wait, who has? Eldar has it. Because it's only Eldar left. Getting confused between my speedruns and this. Actually, I've had this recorded for quite some time, unfortunately. Health issues have prevented me from focusing on the voiceover work for it. Now, this here, it took me an hours and 40 minutes, I think it was.
Take it at all costs. Reporting for duty, sir. You heard the men. Jump.
So, yeah, a very long time. Now, what I plan to do is basically, for one of them, I'm going to take the first episode here and the last episode and just skipping so many hours, we get to the final, you know, and then you can watch. That's basically an abridged. And then what I will also do is try to almost create a sublist within the playlist of putting up each individual one so you can watch what you want. And you know how I do it, it's kind of like set or session, whatever, and the number. What I'll do is just like, I'll put up the abridged, and then the next one I'll put up. So let's say the abridged is set 130. I don't know. I'm making up the number right now. The next one that I would do would be 131A, then 131B, 131C. Like that. So you can pick. And I'm also working on a side project where I put the whole all nearly 11 hours together. And put the whole thing together and then not record, create a music video out of it. You get some music, speed the whole thing up so maybe it's a half an hour to an hour long, and go from there, you know? Yeah. Now the music one, I have no idea when I'll get done. Like, to give you an idea, just the videos, to combine them, will take about 2 days of compression on my computer. I'm not kidding. Just that. That's before I speed up the video. That's before I create the soundtrack for it, mixing it all. Like, it's a very slow process, to say the least. Now, within this, I'm guessing that there is a base in this direction. I'm not 100% sure. It could either be in this corner or the opposite corner to this one, but I'm thinking this one, and that's my first clue that there is. I'm thinking this one because it is a major point for the actual base for Chaos when you fight them here. And you're trying to take over this land from the Chaos main base. I almost said, and there's a relic here. No, it's meant to be kind of like a sacrifice shrine thing. Because chaos? Actually, you could say Dark Eldar too, but they're not in this game. So what I'm trying to do here is just push in with all my elites and some regular troops and hit this base and wipe it out. Wipe out this player. I really haven't done anything at the main base. See. There we go.
You will have it.
Things are coming along. It's interesting just what the computer can pump out as units at certain points. And you just get swarmed in these constant mountainous waves of troops. A full armies, it just takes them a couple minutes to get out. There's the base. So we actually have some moving on our base. I try not to worry about that. Like, try and get them closer. And hit that and wipe it out. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. It looks like there's one squad that I didn't get going. Yeah, okay, so I finally catch it. Come on. Like I'm watching this is come on. Get that. Wipe them out. Forget their name. Use those grenade launchers. Knock them around. Got it. Okay, now hit that. Good. Go, go, go. Oh, that's... You see what I mean by just how fast they're putting out? So really, if I can get rid of their last production also, it would be a lot easier. Since they can put out the, I forget the name of the unit. It's their basically really heavy troop unit, and it can also teleport. Don't get me wrong, the Harlequin there that just came out is really annoying, but I don't consider that to be a unit. It's like a special individual. There we go. Okay, we got that.
Started.
Now, I actually want to bring my forces back here because look at what we're getting hit with. We're getting hit with a lot of stuff here. We do have some turrets that help out, but
Thanks for the ride.
we have a full population, so we can't produce more troops. We have to wait for our guys to get back here. Now there, I was able to transfer through the tunnel system that's underneath the ground. That's described in Winter Assault expansion. Everybody's at... Oh, not everybody's at full. But yeah, that's the best I can do there. Getting our people ready to go into a very heavy fight. We can expect casualties. Look at what that's down to. They're just blowing up everything. But since we got our attack force back here, we were able to distract the Eldar main force to the point where, okay, I have a chance, I can put someone, a tech priest on, do some repairs, buy some time, and hope we have enough damage, enough DPS to take them out and attempt a rebuild.
I am on it. The machine spirits are willing. I believe the machine.
We have the Howling Banshees, which are obnoxious. Just saying, they're obnoxious.
Will only take me a moment. Initiating construction.
Getting the caps on that will help us. We got our base into yellow, so that counts.
New code, sir. New code, sir. Eager for action, sir.
Ends up being a very, very difficult one to do.
Initiating construction.
Let's increase our population and let's get a little bit of defense going.
A challenge worthy of my skill.
So if we have one side somewhat protected, it makes it easier. In terms of, okay, we can defend the other side and then not have to babysit both sides.
Present and accounted for,
Spirits are going to require my skills.
Yeah, let's finish off with that. That's a good choice. Thank you, me.
executing your orders, sir.
Can't upgrade that. It's like, oh, I think a lot of this is there's some exploring, but the rest is we need to rebuild our base because they did a pretty good number on us, and build up our base. Obviously, we need our artillery, which is a very good defense. Requisition is slower right now than what it should be because of brain work, because we're doing the repairs. Also, we're reinforcing the squads, which also eats into that. There we go.
Taking hits!
Initiating construction.
You called, sir.
Yeah, we got some decent firepower happening there, which is oh so helpful. We do obviously need to get more resource points. That's the word, yes. Or phrase, I should say.
I am on it. A challenge worthy of my skill. I am on it. I'll take care of it.
Good. So we lost all of the starting turrets. Now, you would think heavy bolter turrets would have better armor. Apparently not.
You called, sir.
I am on it.
I am, of course, looking at trying to get another field command, because that means more heavy bolters, more turrets.
Is that the best you've got?
I am honored that you require my skill.
Where is his will needed?
Having that Vindicare assassin is helpful
I am honored
in the start,
to require my skill.
Quake at my
because any basic troop type, it's like one shot.
direction, sir.
And they're incredibly good at breaking morale. So I'm starting the process here of creating the buffer using those troops.
I am honored that you require my skills. I am on it. I shall hurry. I am honored
Fear
that you
ensures
require my
loyalty.
skills.
Where do you need me? Shall I get started? I shall not fail.
Yeah. Resources are too slow. You want them to be faster. Always faster. Always twirling. Always twirling faster.
New code, sir. Let me preach his name.
You know, it's amusing. While I'm doing this, like, there's not much going on here. We're just kind of waiting on a few resources. Oh, we're probably waiting on about 10,000 resources, really. It gets down to it. I have my phone here. I'm about to send a text to my husband. I'm feeling a little under the weather. My nose it's been kind of sniffly all day today. And I'm kind of just really starting my day, per se.
Will only take me a moment.
I've only been up since noon.
Initiating
Sort of.
construction.
My life is weird. Anyways.
Initiating construction.
Okay, we're getting some turrets down, that's good.
Preach his name.
We can get our artillery up. I'm not entirely sure why I'm choosing that over getting artillery right now. I mean, the Basilisk Cannon,
My skill.
I think it's Basilisk Cannon. Maybe I'm getting that confused with Soulstorm?
Let me preach his
Um,
name.
Yeah, I seem to be completely out of it. Wow. Maybe this is the only recording I'm going to be doing today. That's disappointing. Anyways, send a message to my husband. I have a video playing that's on mute on my other monitor. Just, you know, I can glance over and just like, oh, that's going on. Okay.
You requested a
Eh,
second. Initiating construction. As you wish, so shall it be done. You requested a cycle, my lord.
Yeah. Very strange day. My sleep is off at the moment because I had to stay awake this morning for workers coming in. They had to do some work in the kitchen. Bummer.
You requested a
And I
cycle,
normally
my
sleep
lord.
during that time period. So I lied down for a nap at like 10:30 when they were done. Got up at noon. Nap's not long enough for that for me. You can see a rather large red blip there. It's a little much, I would say. But they haven't hit us full force yet, which at least there's that.
Initiating construction.
We get the second one up, which is kind of critical for pressing out and taking the narrow pathway where it has a requisition point right in front of it. Getting turrets to hold that, or to assist in holding that,
Look out. Hit it.
it's a biggie. Yeah, now they're throwing a little more at us with the Wraiths. We're getting our artillery out. Which, of course, with its range is very helpful. We just want to keep it roughly around here for our base, so it can shoot in either direction that the enemy will come in.
There's too many of them! Flee! They're too much for us! Retreat again and I'll shoot you, cowards!
Look at that concentration. Okay, we got our first artillery. No, second artillery, my bad.
Look out! Here they come!
Always seem to lose a lot of elites, but they do hit you pretty hard and fast. Ah, yes. Starting to get the heavy support. And it's the heavy support combined with the heavy bolters turrets that really works as a defense for Imperial Guard.
You will have it. Looks like everything's in order, sir. By the Emperor, you will have it. You heard the men. Jump too! If such is the Emperor's will.
I am honored that you require my skills. I will ease the machine's pain.
Fear ensures
I will
loyalty.
ease the
Where do
machine's
you need me?
pain. The machine spirits are willing.
This is not turning into a great recording. I apologize.
By the Emperor, it will
Sorry. The video footage is fine, but I seem to be crashing at an accelerated rate. My voice is definitely off, which is not good, so I shouldn't be talking. So I'll finish this out, and it'll probably be the only thing that I do for the day. At around what, 28 minutes?
yes, right, left.
So we're
Such is the Emperor's will.
a little over halfway, just.
Sir, yes, sir.
Able to hang on to some of the elites, which is good and important, especially in this building point. The heavy support is 250 requisition per. I think just 50 power, no big deal there.
On the field.
Excuse me. But, you know, that's going to eat
Let me
a lot of resources, limiting us as to what we can get right away, obviously, as well as slowing down everything. But if we can hold them at bay, which currently we are, then, you know, that's okay. It's just maybe a little boring to watch.
It will be my honor.
We started further out, and we've had to shrink our land control to consolidate,
You called, sir.
you know, to get to this point.
Thanks for the ride. Let me preach his name.
Oh, I need to plug in my phone. Needs a new battery. I need to charge it like every other day now. I really don't use it for much. Excuse me. And excuse me while I plug it in. There we go.
It will only take me a moment.
Heavy weapons on the field. Where do you want us, sir?
We're kind of putting them here in a more centralized location so that they can swing one way or the other to assist with the defense since we're so close. I'm also choosing the las cannons at the moment, but we're about to get an upgrade, which means we should to our base. That means we should be able to get rain work. We should be able to get the autocannon. Yes, there. Thank you. Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble thinking here. Maybe we'll just play some Minecraft after this. That's a good way to relax. I'm installing a game at the moment. It's just taking forever.
Some suppressive fire.
Ah, good, another one.
Get through our field of fire. Position
And so I don't
yourselves.
want to play any Steam games. Could play a GOG game. Yeah.
We'll cover our men.
Well, I had the option there for the autocannon, but I went with las cannon. Which, you know, since they're hitting us with wraiths, I guess that is not a bad idea. You know, the faster that wraiths go down, you know, that's a lot less punch they have. And in the case of wraiths, literally, because they're mostly melee. And there's our third one.
I am on it.
We do need more power. Yes, Sarah, get on that. 165.
Initiating construction.
We're getting requisition at a decent rate now. 82. But of course, you know, the faster you get it, the better off you are.
You called for some suppressive fire?
I did call for some suppressive fire. Hopefully that matches up. We'll see.
Where do you want us, sir? Where do you want us, sir?
That's an autocannon. Okay, okay.
Wisely.
That's a good choice. Like, our requisition's already dropped from 82 to 80. Because it does, wear out.
Big guns ready to fire. You have chosen wisely.
I think that's actually a decent mechanic. It kind of ties into the idea of, you know, like, take StarCraft when you have to go farm that crystal, right? There's locations and the numbers run out. Well, it's kind of the idea. It doesn't completely run out here, but the points you capture for requisition is kind of like, well, here's the peak, but slowly over time it's going to diminish, and so you get a reduced rate. Eventually, it's just like and then it comes in at a trickle. Which I do like that mechanic. That one was removed in Dawn of War 2 and 3. Dawn of War 2 it made sense to remove. It's like here you're having a war. That's the idea. Dawn of War 2,
They will quake at
here is a squad. That's it. It's just a squad. It's like if we take just the one squad here of Imperial Guard and follow them through an entire campaign in just that squad. Like, okay, it makes sense. So having the requisition thing doesn't fit into that format. Dawn of War 3, there really was not a reason to not have it this way. There wasn't. It added a certain element of balance, also forcing expansion. Because you can only do so much with the points that you have. And if you want more, you are going to have to expand out to get more. I'm just trying to find locations to build power generators. We need that plasma.
A challenge worthy of my skill. It will only take me a moment.
I believe my elite Corsican squad. No, or I don't have one. No, I do have one. Got taken out, so I don't have to worry about that upgrade.
A challenge worthy of my skill. A challenge worthy of my skill.
heavy weapons on the field.
Need to increase that population.
Initiating construction.
We'll cover our men. Relocating. Ready and willing, sir.
I do know the hotkey for that, by the way. I just don't always use it.
Shall I get started? You called, sir. On the double.
I'm kind of curious. Anybody watching this? Do you have any games that hold a special place in your heart? They mean so much to you for whatever reason. Oh, come on, phone. For me, one of the games is Minecraft. When I stopped working and became bedbound, mostly bedbound, for 2 to 3 months,
Where do you want us, sir?
um,
Relocating.
Minecraft. I was doing something creative. And it was giving me something to do when I was stuck in bed and I was working off of this really bad laptop. it was a game I could play. Something special.
We're under fire!
Yeah, you see, like, even with all that firepower that we have going, the Wraith was still able to take out a turret. Well, mostly because our units are focused on the ones up here for the heavy support, but you get the idea. Did we lose a No, no, we didn't. Okay, it's just a regular build. But we did lose a lot of troops. We lost a lot of everything. There's still more coming in. Oh.
Worthy of my skill.
You called for some suppressive fire?
It's called for some suppressive fire. Excuse me. Now, believe it or not, this here, I don't mean that these specific turrets survive, because I don't know. But that design, that layout, stays for the entire match at this point. I just create a wall. There, see, I used the hotkey. By the way, if you're wondering, it's E. Sometimes I like to try and come up with a word that represents why the hotkey is the way it is. And E is used, I think, for a few different units, but for that one, it's kind of like execute? Execute and setting up. I don't know. Yeah, we're getting hit from all sides.
It will only take me a moment.
Sentinels ready to deploy.
Now, I obviously want this because I do want to try and get a Bane Blade at some point, somehow. But no matter what, I need the requisition.
Initiating construction.
Is that the best you've got?
Come on.
shall hurry.
This is good. I'm building up an attack for it.
Shall I get started?
I also think I'm running a fever. Definitely the only recording I'm doing today. I'll tackle all this later.
Hustle up! 1, 2, 1, 2! Hustle up!
So we're going to try and snag that, I think.
Taking hits! Don't fire until I say so.
Alright, let's capture. I like the fact that the Sentinels can take a point away, you know?
Standing by.
As you can see, we are getting our base in order.
It will only take me a moment.
Capturing it was easy. Holding it will be hard.
Initiating construction.
Well, let's see if we can hang on to this point with the time that we have left. And since I am feeling... I'm getting worse by the minute, to tell you the truth. So I am going to stop talking here. I will let you enjoy the rest of this video.
I shall
Or if you happen to be watching the combined video, I'll be talking in the second half because I'll wait until I'm better before I do the rest. So please do take care. If you're new to the channel, do the whole subscribe thing and bell notification, all of that jazz. We'll see you next time. Bye.
I shall see to it personally, sir. Hustle up! 1, 2, 1, 2! Is that the best you've got?
To the enemy. Take
Capturing it was easy. Holding it will be hard. I shall see to it personally, sir. Is that the best you've got? Falling men, it's time for war. Take it at all costs.
As you wish, so shall it be done. I will ease the machine's pain. Of course. Initiating construction.
Objective secured. What now? You called, sir? On the double?
I am honored that you require my skills. Initiating construction. A challenge worthy of my skills. Initiating construction.
Taking hits!
Hello everyone, welcome back to Dawn of War Dark Crusade, the last video of an 11-hour fight.
I am honored that you require my skills.
All the dumb mistakes I made.
Initiating construction.
A lot. Got myself a drink because I'm recording this after the last one. Fed sushi. And I should be able to get this done at a decent time. 10 o'clock at night.
Is that the best you've got?
So we are in the process of a rebuild. We have two members of two separate units that are stuck here. No, one got free. Catching my breath a little, I also spent some time with sushi.
A challenge worthy of my skill. As you wish, so shall it be done. A challenge worthy of my skill.
Not really placed well. Really can't place it well. So, I want the Mars pattern base up. Sarah, can you do that?
Taking hits!
I'm really hoping that you can. Itchy shoulder.
Fear ensures loyalty. Where do you need me?
Okay, and we're still working on
You requested
this.
a
We're
cycle,
doing
my
base
lord.
units
You requested a cycle, my
now.
lord.
They use the
Unaccounted for,
default
sir. Fear ensures loyalty. Where do you need me?
default something default weapon. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Let me breach his name. Present and accounted for, sir.
And that will get us the body to work from.
Is that the best you've got? Present and accounted for, sir.
Isn't it accounted for, sir? Why do they all have the same accent? There we go. This piece.
Present
The
and
machine
accounted for,
spirits are
sir.
willing.
Excellent.
For duty, sir.
At this point, we are very much ready for getting a Baneblade going, but I probably don't feel comfortable doing that.
Present and accounted for, sir.
I mean, when you think about it, it's like the Baneblade has been very much been keeping us alive.
Present and
That's probably the biggest thing. I'm guessing because I don't remember my thought process, but I'm looking at this and I think, how would I feel? Well, I wouldn't feel that good about getting rid of the one thing that has been letting me have the opportunity to fight at all
eager for action,
at
sir.
this point, you know?
Eager for action, sir. Eager for action, sir. Sentinels ready to deploy.
Which, having that fear, that not willing to take that leap,
You requested
Um,
a cycle, my
has resulted in a lot of mistakes, I feel, as a result.
Sentinels ready to deploy. Fear ensures loyalty. Where do you need me? Look out! Fear ensures loyalty.
You
Where do you need
requested
me?
a cycle, my lord.
Sentinels ready to deploy.
Yeah. Well, lots of hounds.
You requested
Sentinels.
a cycle, my lord.
Let me
Sentinels ready to deploy. Hounds? I don't know why I said hounds.
Sentinels ready to deploy.
Yeah, they say sentinels. Where the hell hounds come from?
Shall I get
I know I'm not making hellhounds, so
out the engine mode?
you got me. I'm just, utterly confused.
Let me breach his name.
And they're still not touching that at this point.
From the Emperor's mouth to my ears, sir. Anything for the Imperium.
Okay, yeah. Go there. I need you over there.
We're under fire. We're under fire.
Pushing up with all of them.
Hats all up. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'd give my life.
Soften up some of the forces.
Double taking hits.
All I can think of at this point is the reason for this is fear. The reason for this tactical blunder is fear.
Don't fire until I say so. Shall I get started? We can overrun. Shall I get started? Take it, present and accounted for, sir. What orders? Eager for action, sir. Imperial Guard, attack! Sir, yes, sir. It's an honor to serve the Imperium, sir.
Yeah, taking away the point from them would prevent them from building on it. There. So that's not a bad move, at least.
Imperium. It is my duty to serve. By the Emperor. Eager for action, sir. It is my duty to serve. Eager for action, sir. By the Emperor. Shall I get started? It is my duty to serve. Shall I get started? It's an honor to serve the Imperium. You will have it. By the Emperor. Eager for action, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Plasma!
If such is the Emperor's will.
I think Banshees just count as infantry, not heavy infantry. Huh.
Well, let's see them, sir. Yes, sir. If such is the Emperor's will. If such is the Emperor's will. Sir, yes, sir. It's no good. We can't. If such is the Emperor's will.
Very much the Imperial Guard need to do focus firepower. Warp Spiders are heavy infantry.
Taking hits. If such is the Emperor's will. We won't let you down. If such is the Emperor's will. What do we do? Look out! Here they come! It's no good! We can't hold them! We've been overrun!
They've been overrun, and we can't hold them, and they're getting slaughtered.
We won't let you down, sir.
Oh, they're all gone.
I stand ready.
All because I'm afraid.
Let me preach his name! If such is the Emperor's will, let me preach his name! Reporting for duty, sir.
Now let them attack
You call
our main
sir.
base,
Ensures loyalty.
not the satellite base.
You requested a psycho, my lord.
Shall I get started?
You requested a psycho, my lord.
Is she back up in the tree? Yes, she is.
Present and accounted for.
Waiting. Waiting.
Fear ensures loyalty.
You
Where
requested
do you
a
need me?
psycho, my lord.
Shall I get started? Fear ensures loyalty. Sir,
Where do
yes,
you need
sir.
me?
Shall I get started? Reporting for duty, sir. If such is the Emperor's will. Reporting for duty, sir. Is that the best you've got?
We have the commander. Do we have the commander? Yeah, we have the commander here. Being able to counteract stealth, especially when a race can do stealth buildings, is kind of helpful. Oops. Bit too much glue. It happens.
You called, sir. Let me preach his name. Eager for action, sir. You have chosen. Eager for action, sir. You have chosen wisely.
My lord.
Let me preach anything for the Imperium. You called, sir.
Well, obviously, we don't have a Baneblade yet. We are in position. Oh, they did take that point. I didn't notice them doing that. I apologize.
My devotion is assured.
More focused on the figure. Yeah. I would apologize for that, but I'm very much enjoying working on the figures and doing the voiceover, and sometimes I get carried away with one or the other. If it's possible to get carried away with building miniatures, I don't think so. I want 4, 5, and 8.
From the Emperor's mouth to my ears, sir.
8, 4, and 5.
This is it, men. The moment
Wonderful.
of glory.
So we're back to this, and oh look! Complain, complain.
Mouth to my ears, sir. I shall see to it. We're under fire, sir. Taking hits.
They're walled in, which I do find funny.
Attack, men. Attack. This is
There we go.
of glory. Attack, men. Attack. This is it, men. The moment of glory. Don't fire until I say so. Falling, men. It's time for war.
Yeah, this is just going very poorly. So, I mean, I can understand from a gaming point of view. You know, you've been at this for, at this point, 10 hours, so a bit more than 10 hours. And maybe about 10 hours? It doesn't matter. The fear of making one mistake that causes you to lose the match at this point would be so infuriating that wanting to... that almost broke. Wanting to take that risk of getting the Baneblade out. Well, it's completely understandable, you know, like, just not wanting to do it. It does make perfect logical sense as to why you don't want to.
It is my duty to serve.
But what I failed to see, and it can be seen in the patterns over and over again is once I get the Baneblade into a position to start hitting the enemy, to start attacking, as I destroy anything that comes towards the main base, which may be tough, may be easy, they do a replacement, and because the Baneblade's closer, they're going to hit the Baneblade. I failed to see that, which would ease some of my fears.
You have chosen and accounted for me in the our men. Nukotsa, what would you have me do?
And so that was a huge, that is, I'm not going to say mistake, because that is something that can easily be overlooked. But if I had seen that, I believe this, I believe the Baneblade would have come out sooner. And potentially a few, you know, other things just not as risky, time-consuming, trying to do the same thing over and over again in hopes that it works against the AI and stuff like that. And
Let me inspire our men.
And I know they say the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. The interesting thing is, in this case, that can happen with this AI. So it's not exactly this in the same boat or category here. And I probably ultimately would have defeated the Eldar using this technique, but I do believe I said it in a previous one. It may have taken 20 additional hours. And that's, of course, ridiculous, but it would have been a win. So, what do? Well, I guess when you get into these kinds of situations in an RTS is hope that you can see the bigger picture of what's going on. Excuse me, and be able to push past the fear of having a loss, push past all that stuff, and go for it.
Anything for the Imperial.
Now, even with the Baneblade, if I remember correctly, it's close a few times. It's close.
It is my duty to serve.
And that's not too much of a surprise, considering what they had. Well, one of the main differences...
Shall I get started? It is my duty to serve. You've got
One of the main difference I feel is that the Baneblade, with just a little bit of support, can do so much more, as opposed to needing a lot of support, supporting, like the support each needs to support each other, and when one fails, it's that much more detrimental to the whole attack wave.
Shall I get started? Eager for action, sir. Yes.
For some reason, we're going this way.
Sir.
I don't know.
Shall I get started? By the Emperor, you will have it. We won't let you down. Shall I get started?
I don't know. You got me on this one. I went this way for some weird reason. I don't know.
It is my duty to serve.
It made sense at the time. That's all you got to know. It made sense at the time.
You will have it. Shall I get started? Shall I get started? Where's our fire support? Shall I get started? Eager for action, sir.
How's that? A little bit of psychology going on in this episode.
Sir.
A little bit different. But it most certainly can happen in these games.
Double time! Shall I get started? This is it, men. The moment of glory. Here they come! Don't fire until I say so.
Oh, warlocks, we can take them out. I think the one that flew off the top of the screen there is dead. So, yep. Yeah, there's the body. Mm-hmm.
Taking hits! From the Emperor's mouth to my ears, son.
And we have a huge force hitting our base,
My life, if that's what I
as per usual.
We're under fire!
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
On the double! Is that the best you've got? Let me inspire our men! Falling men, it's time for war! Falling men,
Okay,
it's time for war!
let's hit them. Let's get rid of this.
Where do you need me?
Let's get rid of all of it. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. Although that technique does work better with a Bane Blade, because it's got so many guns.
Fire control. Initiate strafing run. Here ensures this is it, men. Where the moment of glory.
Okay, get rid of these guys, please. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Nope, I'm just pushing through apparently. Go to there. Okay. I don't know if that'll work, but you go ahead and give it a try there, Sarah. You go ahead and give it a try.
Strike them down. Shall I get started? Shall I get started?
So we obviously have two here. So we can clearly see.
Won't let you down, son. Shall I get started?
So I'm trying to use that invulnerability ability that the priests give. Our troops are just being massacred. So I'm pretty sure the idea here was that try and rely upon the invulnerability to stay up with morale long enough to take out the base. Really, it's a terrible tactic, but that is what I am trying. Not gonna work because they got oh, why can't I remember their name? Harlequins, that's it. Harlequins out. And well, okay. With a priest power up, you can still be knocked down, which means you're wasting your timer and not doing damage. So yeah, that sucks.
By the Emperor, you will have it.
Psycho, my lord.
Reporting for duty, sir.
Requested a psycho, my lord.
Oh, I forgot to clean the piece off here.
Where do you need me?
Oh, there's my knife. I don't have drop cloth, so I'm making a horrid mess.
Fear ensures loyalty. Where do you need me?
You requested
All
a
right,
psycho,
men. We'll
my
do time to
lord.
wage war. Ensures loyalty. Where do you need me?
Eager for action, sir. You called, sir.
Standing ready.
Eager for action, sir. Eager for action, sir. Oh, look out! Double. Here they come!
Oh, they're attacking us.
Reporting
Okay.
eager for action, sir.
Could you wake me up when it's over?
My devotion is assured.
Let's just see who we can, I guess, save to the side to save us time and let them do their thing. I finally learned that lesson?
Reporting for duty,
Almost
sir.
dropped
We
that.
can't hold them.
Okay.
Reporting for duty, sir.
Reporting for duty, sir. I'm blowing up the damn buildings now. It's like, why fight? Why do it? Learned that lesson. How many hours did it take? But I did learn it. I learned it. You can't say I didn't learn it. Eventually. You can now facepalm. Because I would in this, hearing that, you know? Yeah.
It will only take me a moment.
Alright, let's go again.
Initiating construction.
I need to see how the second arm attaches. Give me an idea here. And how the gun attaches with the main arm. Main arm, left arm, right arm. They're all right-handed. Can hold it in place with my fingernail. Nope.
Is that the best you've got?
Okay, now
It will only take me a moment.
might be one of the rare times it's actually better to attach the
Initiating construction.
left arm first. Huh. Usually not the case.
Ensures loyalty.
Two of them! Why do I want two? I don't
Worthy
know.
of my skill.
Faster building? Probably.
A challenge worthy of my skill.
Oops.
Fear
Nope.
ensures loyalty. Where do you need me?
Yes. Okay.
In a psycho, my lord.
We got tanks. Going for tanks.
Fear ensures ensures loyalty. Where do you need me?
You requested a psycho, my lord.
Fear ensures loyalty. Where do you
Build
need
that
me?
Mars pattern. Come on, Sarah.
Requested a psycho, my
Get
lord.
past the fear. You can do it, girl.
Where do you need me?
Giving myself a pep talk into the past. I've done stranger things. Sometimes. Okay, let's put it like that. There's the arm. Give that a second to harden up there. And I will attach the gun. Gun arm.
Let me preach his
As you
name.
wish, so shall it be done.
Let me preach his name. Tell the men the cavalry's arrived.
Why am I
Mars pattern.
a challenge worthy of my skills? I'll take care of it, Lord.
Now, with a Mars pattern here, we could rebuff a attack,
Hand of the Emperor guides all.
but it would be hard. Like, don't get me wrong.
Tell the men the cavalry's arrived. Reporting for duty, sir.
I also feel here
Sir,
that I had the thought of
here they come.
my timing must be impeccable in destroying the Baneblade at our main base and getting the Baneblade here built.
By the Emperor.
Because I feel that if the timing was off,
You called, sir.
it could cause a problem. Here I'm choosing plasma to prevent the chance of causing collateral damage to our units and things like that. So what I'm waiting on, what it feels like I would be waiting on,
We'll have it.
is wait for that massive attack wave to be
Ensures loyalty.
more or less over, and they're rebuilding again. Get rid of the Baneblade, start the building of the new Baneblade.
Present and accounted for, sir. We're under fire.
Fear ensures loyalty. Where do you need me?
You requested a psycho, my lord.
Get the assassin further up. Why not move the Baneblade up into a worse position to hit stuff until I feel that I'm more comfortable and ready?
Let me preach his name.
Fear ensures loyalty. Where do you need me? Fear ensures loyalty.
If I set a waypoint there, I can draw the enemy to me.
Best you've got. We will lead by example.
Is the wave over?
So shall it be.
Fear ensures loyalty. Where do you need me?
We'll flatten anything standing in our way. As you command, so shall it be.
A little bit of green stuff, fix up that shoulder.
Sir, yes, eager for action, sir.
Yeah, one of these heads I feel is fine.
My devotion is assured. New code, sir. New code, sir.
Well, I'm not caring about how much damage it takes, obviously.
Look out! Here they come! You have chosen wisely.
So you
By
leave
the
me.
Emperor, it will be done. Where is his will needed?
No, your head's supposed to stay on. There we go. And that's another unit done.
Awaiting instructions.
We're under fire!
Awaiting instructions.
I think about moving those up. I don't. Because that would weaken the right-hand side. I leave them where they are. There we go.
Let me preach his name!
You requested a cipher, my lord.
I wait to launch one of these big round attacks. Oh, we're almost there, almost there. I was over 50%. Fire.
Let me preach
Come on.
You requested a cipher, my lord.
Not super effective, obviously, because you'd want to do it right in the middle of them. But,
Taking hits!
these are 200. 200 requisition, 200 power a shot. So you better be sure about using them.
Standing by.
We got the Baneblade.
Understood. Let's ride. Ready to win the war, sir.
So now as the enemy starts coming at us, like as we take out the enemy, their replacements, we will fight. As you can see, it's just absolute pandemonium here. You get rid of the Baneblade. It just represented so much firepower. And even then, you saw that we had to do repairs. We couldn't just leave it like it was always getting damaged.
These repairs may require some time.
Ensures
The machine
loyalty.
spirits now
You
will
need me.
cipher, my lord.
So I added them into the group here. And the plasma is certainly helping us in this situation.
Until I say so. I shall see to it first, son. Don't fire until I say so.
Now, I could change it so that the priority is against the buildings, but it's probably better still to have the priority against these units. And then just periodically, go like, okay, hit this building, hit this one, hit that one. Now, I changed that there so that our commander doesn't go running into melee. Really, I just want the commander there for the purpose of seeing the stealth buildings.
That's what I asked.
That is the most important job the commander has at this point.
New code, sir. On my march. No, eager for action, sir. The true emperor. Eager for action, sir.
They are attacking us on the right side. I don't think I noticed, really. I do believe that I spent just the majority of my focus on this. Get the Baneblade up. I got the Baneblade, get the Baneblade going. And getting rid of these buildings means that they can't get Wraith Lords out to flank us. They just keep it's even with this firepower, as you can see, it's wow. I mean, we are losing units. Think about that. This much firepower, we're losing units. Pathing with that tank, apparently. We could certainly use the additional firepower from it.
Look out! Here they come! What do you roll this? You called, sir.
I just
This is the Emperor's will. You called, sir. Men, it's time for war. We've been overrun. Eager for action, sir.
we got Baneblade firepower, and we're having troubles.
By the Emperor, you will have it. Shall I get started?
So we're down to, is that 5 squads here.
You called, sir. What do you roll this? You called, sir. By the Emperor, you will have it. Shall I get started? Devil time is my duty to serve.
And they're still able to send stuff at our primary base.
What do you roll this? Shall I get
I mean, if you think about that, that's very much, I don't think that's possible. But They do it. We've lost all squads. And we can't push up. They've got us blocked. If you can believe that, they have us blocked.
It is my duty to serve. Executing your orders, sir. Present and accounted for, sir. What are your orders? If such is the Emperor's will. Present and accounted for, sir. If such is the Emperor's will.
Isn't that incredible?
It is my duty to serve. Eager for action, sir. Present and accounted for, sir.
I'm apparently going back to grenades. Probably for a knockdown effect, you know. And greater range.
I stand ready to serve.
Yeah, I don't think those guys will make it. Just saying.
Standing by. Sir, yes, sir.
Okay.
You heard the man. Jump to.
Men, the cavalry's
For
arrived.
the glory of the Imperium. Reporting for duty, sir. We've been overrun.
No, you've been overrun again?
Where are those damn tank priests?
Oh, the last possible sprue is the one that has it? Yes.
Present and accounted for, sir. What are your orders? Shall I get started?
So there's an example of even a Baneblade not being enough
What are your orders?
against Eldar on hard mode.
Sir, yes, sir.
Now, they're coming back here. Or at least there's a chance of them coming back here. Yeah, there they are. So, what I want to do is hang on long enough to get a Baneblade out and hopefully be able to fight them off. This time.
Don't eager for action, I say.
Ready to win the war, sir.
Shall I get started? Don't fire until I say so.
Baneblade almost out.
Eager for action, sir.
Ready to unleash 11,000 boatload of the guard. Ready, sir.
Shall I get started? Shall I get started? Attack, men! You have joined. Shall I get started?
Yeah, that big cannon does help quite a bit. So many Eldar units get frequent flyer miles with Baneblades. Come on. Come on. Flip. There we go. Thank you. Now, one of the things to repel this attack is to actually defeat their build rate. And if you can do that, then yes, ultimately, you're going to win.
It's time. If such is the Emperor's will. Eager for action, son. Eager for action, son. You call, son. Shall I get started?
One of the problems, though, is that it's is that we have a floating corpse. You see that one that was up in the air?
From the Emperor's mouth to my ears, sir. You called, sir. By the Emperor, you will have it.
So we're pushing out, but it is tricky to defeat this rate. And as you can see, it's kind of like, yeah, how do you defeat it? Apparently what I do is just keep throwing stuff at it. No, it is the Baneblade. It's the DPS of the Baneblade that allows for this push out from the base, when every time otherwise they were successful in wiping out the base. Good job there, Commander. But that doesn't mean we're going to be successful here. And really, we're not going to be if we keep butting heads this way. There is a battle of attrition here. And the Eldar do have the advantage.
Everything's in order, sir. If such is the Emperor's will. Sir, yes, sir. Eager for action, sir.
Now with the time left, it looks like this is the last push, and I do get through here.
Reporting for duty, sir.
I do pull it off, but easy? No. What their production rate was just so ridiculous. Their rebuild rate was so ridiculous. So let's get rid of that. We don't have a commander. They are hitting our base. Base number 2. Or satellite base, or whatever I was calling it.
Time for payback. Shall I get started? It is my duty to serve. You call,
Right, you take out that.
anything.
Well, we don't have to.
Shall I get started? From the Emperor's mouth to my ears. What are your orders?
Manually moving our troops into position, trying to find them,
Action, sir.
does help with lining up our excuse me, our shots. And that's very much what I do. So let's get rid of the production. Also get rid of the webway gates, which cause the buildings to be stealth. Getting rid of that makes it easier. You saw how quickly the Baneblade was able to take out the webway gates. So that has an advantage there. Now, I think what made this successful is the fact that the enemy was hitting the base here. And if they were not doing that, I think it would be a very, very different fight from this one. Yeah, okay, so we fended off, or they left that squad of their secondary base alone. I don't. Holy crap, take out that freaking Banshee already, thank you. So yeah, we are down into yellow. We need to get rid of that gun there. Okay, they're hitting us from our flank there. That isn't good, but if we keep a tight formation, we might be able to do it. The troops that we have behind us were able to take out the enemy. And as you can see, we're plugging away at all the their production buildings. Yes, take out that. Very good. Okay. I'm going to wrap up talking here. We get this, but it is close. Very, very close. And so I do hope you enjoyed this, whether it be the shorter version where I combine the first and last episode, or each individual one. I really hope you enjoyed this very long attrition fight. If you're new to the channel, you can do the whole subscribe thing, bell notification, all of that jazz. And there's a couple of links in the description down below should you wish to check those out. But until when next we meet, please do be safe, everyone. And until the next fight. It may go a bit quicker.
Shall I get started? I shall see to it personally, sir. Shall I get started? Hustle up! 1, 2, 1, 2.